welcome to another Level Up training. And today I'm going to be talking about probably one of the hardest things to do is become consistent on a fitness journey. And honestly, consistency can be hard in anything you do, right? Anything in life. So how do we work on consistency? How do we get consistent? How do we become that person that doesn't miss? Well, I'm going to teach you a few things and help you go over some of them. Things that help my clients and myself over the years, okay? I think I'm going to have to make myself smaller here because I'm going to get in the way of everything. So what is consistency? So consistency is not perfection. Okay, it's not about being able to do everything all the time exactly right. Okay, it's actually consistency over perfection. It's about showing up on the days you don't feel like it. It's about understanding what triggers habits that have kept you in a place you're unhappy with. Once you can figure out those triggers, showing up on days you don't feel like it becomes a lot easier to actually push through and show up. Right? What are those moments that make you become an emotional eater? What are the triggers that happen? Is it something somebody says? Is it when work piles up? Is it, your kids being maybe a little bit extra? And they're exhausting in that day, and that night you're just like, oh, I need something, I deserve this. Like, what is it exactly that makes you want to go grab the treat? What is it exactly that makes you think you're lazy? Right? You're not lazy. You're already dealing with a lot of stuff no matter what you're going through. So it's not that you're lazy, but what is it that makes you feel lazy? What does it make that makes you feel like you don't have enough time in the day, right? What are those triggers? It's about making it work no matter the limited time you have, right? That's what consistency is, okay? It's about doing 2 workouts instead of 3 or 4 in a week, right? Some of my clients do 3, some of them do 4, and some of them go through a lot in a week. Some of them go through a lot in a month. So maybe we got to scale it back to 2, or instead of 45 minutes, you do 30 minutes. Instead of an hour, you do 20, right? What can you do to continue to push the needle forward? That is what consistency looks like. Okay. It's about controlling what you can control no matter your situation, right? Like I said, if you're too busy to do 4 workouts, what can I control? I can control doing 2. I can control doing 2 35-minute workouts, right? If you are super busy and you don't have any time to work out in a week, let's say just something happened and you just can't, well, you can still control the food, the water, the steps, other factors. So always control what you can control and don't just give up on everything. That's what everybody does, and then they spiral. So don't give up. Okay, now let's get into detail on some of these. So how do you achieve consistency? You need to let go of the all or nothing mindset, right? You need to become someone different and let go of the person you were before in order to become the person you envision in your mind, right? Who is that future version of yourself you want to become? You can't get to that person doing the same things you're doing now where you're unhappy, right? You can't do that. You have to change who you are in a sense. You have to let go of the person that's holding you back to move forward. Okay, the biggest factor is controlling what you can control. You need to understand that just because one thing is out of place doesn't mean everything needs to be. All right, too busy to work out this week. A lot of people will be like, if I can't work out, I'm not going to eat right. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to bed rot. I'm going to feel bad for myself, and I'm just going to go off with everything that I do. Well, if you're too busy to work out, okay, then focus on your nutrition. Get your steps in. Drink some water. Do the other things that no matter what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to eat to survive. You're going to have to walk around to get places, and you're going to have to drink some water, right? So do those things, but do them better, right? Just continue to do them healthy. It doesn't take any more time in the day, right? Maybe steps is the only thing. So if you really are strapped for time, that's fine. Just focus on nutrition and drink water. And then in a few days when things become better, because your energy is going to be better, your mood is going to be better because you didn't just give in. You didn't just go for the sweets. You didn't just go for the sugar. You went for the things that are going to energize you, because food is fuel. So if you fuel yourself properly, you're going to feel better, and you're going to find that it's easier to handle the stress, easier to handle busy times, and easier to get things done. So focus on what you can control and do the one thing or 2 things that will help push the needle forward. You can still lose weight and lose fat in a week if your nutrition is on point, but you can't work out. But you're going to gain some fat and gain some weight if you decide to not do anything for everything. If you decide not to work out, decide not to eat good, decide to have pop instead of water, decide to have all the fried food instead of air frying it, right? Like all these little things matter. So just do the things that you're actually capable of doing, and then things will get better and you're going to achieve consistency. Okay, 1% better mentality. Better, I don't know why I said better. 1% better mentality is key. Stop going into a fitness journey thinking you need to do everything or nothing at all. That's what has kept you in the same place forever. Start with one thing at a time. This is huge in my program. Okay, my total body transformation method. This is exactly what I do for my clients. Now, some of them follow this, or some of them just do everything all at once. Okay, but most of my clients like to do one new thing a week. So week 1, you do your workouts. Week 2, you do workouts plus at your protein goal. Week 3, you do your workouts plus protein plus steps, and so on, right? Then you add water. Then you add your calorie deficit. Like all these things that will overall in about 4 to 6 weeks help you become a very consistent version of yourself that you didn't even think was possible. This is how you build up that capacity to get better. This is how you get results. It's by proving to yourself that every week I'm going to do one new thing. 1% better every day gets you 100% better in 100 days, right? So as long as you are piling them up, not piling them up, but you're just stacking them up, when one thing becomes pretty easy to you, then things become easier overall, right? Just do one new thing a week until they all become a routine, okay? You need to show up for you. Okay, this is part of consistency. The version of yourself you want to become in the future needs the person you are today to show up, right? Live in the moment. Yes, but do not let it overtake the vision of your future self. Everybody talks about, hey, be present, live in the now. Yeah, you should. That's important. That's what life is about. But you can't let living in the now overtake the version and the person you want to become, where the person who wears what she wants or eats more food because they're not scared of starving themselves to lose weight, who has a better metabolism, who feels healthier, who wakes up energized and happy to start the day, not the person who is scared of certain foods, or who feels like they have to eat only 1,200 calories for the rest of their life, or who thinks that they have to do cardio every day or work out every day, or they can't go on trips and enjoy how they look and how they feel. All of that, you can live in the moment when you feel like you have gotten to the version of yourself that you're proud of, right? Of course, it's good to be proud of who you are now. You've overcome a lot. So I don't mean don't be proud of who you are now, but there's a reason you aren't happy fully, right? Because you need to remember your why. You need to remember why you want this change. If you were happy with where you were, you wouldn't be looking for change. And it's okay not to be happy with where you are right now. It's okay to be upset with yourself. Why? Because you know you deserve better and demand more from yourself. That's how you work at consistency. It's understanding that I'm capable, I am deserving, and I should do more because I know I deserve more. I know I don't deserve to feel this way. That's what I did when I was not feeling myself wearing baggy clothes in the summer. It was because I realized, oh my God, like I'm really unhappy. I'd rather hide myself than get better. So there's a reason that it's okay to be unhappy. It's okay to not want to stay in this place that you're not feeling yourself in, right? It's okay because you know that that version of yourself you want to become is there. You just have to put in a little bit of that consistency and that work to get there. So I like to reframe my mindset like that in order to be consistent and be okay with not being okay. Then I become better and I feel much better about who I am, where I'm going, and the person I am in that moment. Okay, routine is essential for consistency. Try to create a routine out of the new habits you are forming. Now, if you have kids, this is going to be a little bit hard, okay? So I will go over some things that I do with my clients that have kids, but for the overall person, if you don't have kids or, you can control these things, this is honestly a huge benefit to consistency, okay? Is try to work out around the same time, try to eat at the same time, try to sleep and wake up at the same time, get used to saying no to things that don't serve you, okay? Before I go into that, doing things at the same time will help build out your life, man. Not just your health, not just your fitness, not just how you want to feel, not just fat loss, everything else in life. Success comes to those who have routine. If you want to be successful in anything you're doing, create this routine, especially for your fat loss, for your fitness, for your health. Do it. This will be essential, okay? Get used to saying no to things that don't serve you, okay? If people or activities or things that aren't going to help you get you to where you want to get to, don't do them. It's okay to say no. You don't have to be a people pleaser. You don't have to worry about missing out on this, because you've been missing out on the person you want to be so bad, on the confidence you want to feel, on the clothes you want to wear, on the health you want to achieve for so long. You need to say no to other things besides yourself, okay? Be integral to yourself and your schedule. So create your weekly schedule every Sunday and do your best to stick to it, okay? Just do your best. That's where you start with the integrity, just to yourself. Just do your best to stick to it. Say no to plans that interfere with where you want to get to. You can still have time for friends and family, right? What I say is if you don't have kids, prioritize work, then prioritize your workouts. If you have kids, prioritize work, your kids, and then your workouts. Make it a top 3 thing. You're always going to have time for family and friends. They're never going to go away, right? As long as you make the effort to continue to stay with them. But what I mean is that's always going to be there, but you need to also put yourself there as well, okay? A fitness journey is about working past weight gaining habits and creating weight loss habits. This is what your new routine looks like. That's what consistency is. That's what forms consistency. For so long, you've had all this weight gaining habit, right? Weight gaining habits. Watching TV when you should have been walking. Grabbing a bag of Doritos when you could have grabbed a bag of sweet and spicy rice chips, right? Like things like that. Those small little things, those are habits. And they change over time as long as you are aware of them. And that's why understanding your triggers helps. So it takes time, but you can get there. You want to create weight loss habits and things will get so much better. Now, if you have kids, Okay, I understand working around the same time might not be the best. If they have nap time, that's great. If they're at school, maybe do it then. But if not, then obviously try to do it in the periods of the week where you can. Try to eat at the same time. Try to eat around your kid's schedule. That I found has worked for a lot of clients. And then try to sleep and wake up at the same time. Yeah, this one, hit or miss, okay? I am definitely somebody who is trying to motivate and make sure everybody does well. But if you have kids, I understand, especially young kids or babies and newborns, this is very different, okay? So I understand that. I don't expect you to do that, but you can do everything else. So your routine as well. Obviously that can change, but with the schedule. But for the most part, all you have to do if you have kids is just try your best and don't give up. That's all it is, okay? And things will get better. So consistency is forever. There is no perfect time or right time to start. Wow, that's embarrassing. I spelled the right wrong. I apologize. But you know what, guys? This is already so into the video. I'm not perfect. Mistakes happen. That's one of them. There's only now. Okay? Consistency is forever. So there's only now. Stop waiting for Monday and start now. I'm filming this on a Monday. I'm going to post this on a Monday for you guys. Hey, today's Monday. Go do it. Tomorrow's Tuesday. If you watch it then, do it Tuesday. Every single moment that passes, it gets further and further and further away from your goals. Just start now, okay? Because quitting is not an option. Maneuver and find ways to stay consistent, just like I talked about in the routine part. Quitting on your fitness journey is quitting on yourself. You deserve better than that. How many people have you quit on? Probably not a lot, right? If any. So why do you quit on yourself more than anybody else? Doesn't make sense. You have to be there for yourself in order to get to where you want to get to. You are the only person that can show up for you. So show up for yourself. You show up for your team, family, kids, spouse, friends, bosses, deadlines. So you have no problem getting things done. Just don't leave your health and confidence until it becomes a problem. Get ahead of it and start now. Embarrassing, I spelled "and" wrong. I have so much motivation here, and I misspelled some things. That's life, guys. This is consistency, man. I missed these two things. Everything else was fine. I missed two things. This is what perfection would ruin, right? I maybe could have paused this and redone the whole thing, but I just felt like my message was better than the overall little parts that weren't. And that's what a fitness journey is. Crazy how I just implemented that into this. I feel very good about myself right now. I'm not gonna lie. That was not staged, guys. I promise you I did not do these typos on purpose, but I feel good about how I integrated them. But that just goes to show you, man, like your consistency over perfection is what truly matters, okay? So just show up. Just show up for you, man. Just show up for yourself and things will happen because this is what happens. Right? Results. I think I can make my face bigger. I don't think I'll get a yes. Results happen, man. Okay? Just like Ravina. Chef Ravina. Okay? She's won Food Network Canada shows. She's been on them. She's on bakeries. She has her own gummy, protein gummy line. Like, she's a beast. And look, even with owning all these baked good things, she still lost a lot of fat. She still works at it. She's still fucking killing it. My homie Sarah, one of my very first clients, one of my really good friends, she wanted to grow. She wanted to gain muscle. She wanted to get rid of the skinny fat. And look what she did. She did it. She works insane hours. Super busy, dealing with a lot of stuff, but she gets it done. Mandeep. Kids. Works full time. This was postpartum, actually. So this is when she was taking care of, like, newborn, right? Like, this is what it looks like to just be consistent over trying to be perfect. She wasn't able to do 4 workouts every week. Maybe some weeks for 2, some weeks for 3, some weeks for 4. But she didn't give up. She didn't quit. And my client here, she doesn't want her name out, so I won't do that, but she did freaking amazing, dude. She had 2 jobs. She worked 9 to 5, and she worked a nighttime, an overnight shift somewhere else. And look with this. Now, one thing she couldn't get done a lot was sleep, but she did everything else that she could control, which was her water, which was her food, and which was her workouts and her steps. Everything else she controlled, and she got to where she wanted to get to, and she felt amazing. That's all it is, right? All it is getting 1% better every day. So I hope this helped. I hope you understand that consistency is more important than perfection. There's no perfect time to start. You just have to start with yourself. Okay, so just like every video, still getting used to it. Please subscribe, comment, comment what you would like for me to talk about next, and I'll do it. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next week.